Hi, Jeff again. Hopefully my last video of the day. I'm over here in Wiesbaden, Germany, and I kind of discussed some of the random observations. One thing that I forgot to mention is the difference in how they measure things and the difference in electricity and whatnot. In the United States, the standard voltage is 110 to 120 volts, and the cycles are 60 hertz or Hz. Um, in Germany, the voltage is 220 to 240 volts, and they use 50 hertz. You can use a transformer for some items over here, but a lot of electronics and power tools and things like that won't work right because of the difference in the cycles. So if you do come over here, it's best to leave your American stuff at home. We did bring a lot of American lights, like for the bedroom and table lamps, things like that, but you have to use different bulbs. So we bought some 220 volt bulbs, and then you have to get a little adapter plug. The plugs in America are the vertical prongs, just basically straight up and down. German prongs are round. So if you just get a little adapter, you can use an American plug in a German wall socket, but you do have to be mindful of the voltage. I wouldn't use anything that requires, you wouldn't want to use like a hair dryer or anything like that. It wouldn't work right. And if you use American light bulbs, they'll explode. So we use the television. That's another thing. American TVs won't work over here. Not only is the voltage wrong, but the format is different. So we had to buy new television sets here. And the measurements, they use the metric system here, which is actually really, the metric system is actually a lot easier. You have, everything's based on tens. So you have kilograms instead of pounds. You have kilometers instead of miles. But 1,000 meters in a kilometer, easy. Everything's based in 10. With the mile, how many feet are in a mile? 5,280. It gets a little confusing, but 1 liter of water also weighs 1 kilogram. So there's a little bit of interchangeability with volume. Temperatures are different too. In Germany, they use the Celsius or centigrade system. So if it's 30 degrees out, that's a comfortable day, although that would be cold in the United States. 100 degrees Celsius is 212 degrees where water boils. 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So that takes some getting used to. And then in your car, so you don't get a speeding ticket, you got to be mindful how to convert stuff in your in your head. Our vehicle is a 2021 Mazda, and fortunately, we brought it from the United States. It's an American spec vehicle, but the speedometer has a capability where you push a button and it switches to kilometers. So you don't have to think, oh no, the speed limit is 90 kilometers. How many miles an hour is that? You don't have to worry. It shows it in kilometers, and it shows our distance in kilometers as well. And your miles per gallon, fuel efficiency, is how you measure things in the States. But in Germany, they use how many liters to go 100 kilometers. So in the States, you want your fuel economy number to be higher. In Germany, you want your fuel economy number to be lower. That means you're using fewer liters to go 100 kilometers. I have noticed it when I do some high-speed driving on the Autobahn. My fuel mileage does go down significantly. So, and also the gasoline over here is better. Their basic gasoline is called Super 95. It's 95 octane European, which is 90 octane in the States. They don't sell the 87 octane swill over here. The German cars, most of them are tuned higher. They have higher compression and more advanced ignition timing for sustained high-speed driving and acceleration to get on the Autobahn. Their premium gasoline is called Super 98, which is 93 octane in the United States. I believe they use the research method instead of the motor method. They measure octane differently, but their gasoline is better. But heck, it should be better. It costs a lot more. Gasoline is about $7 a gallon here, and diesel is about $8 a gallon. A lot of people think it's cheaper because they sell it by the liter, but there's 3.8 liters in a gallon, so it's not cheaper. It costs more. A lot of German people do tend to keep their cars in better condition than Americans. I haven't seen very many rusty cars around here. I don't even see very many that are dirty. And fortunately, with this apartment, we have a basement parking area. It's not totally underground, but it's covered. Some of the other buildings in here, they do have totally underground parking, but we're on the edge, so ours is kind of like having a carport. Imagine a big carport that holds 10 cars. That's what we have here. And the Germans do require an emissions test. We were exempted from that because our vehicle is new enough, but you get a little green sticker on the passenger side of your windshield, and they have what's called a Umwelt, UMWELT. They have it signified by a green sign, and you can only most of Wiesbaden is in that zone where you have to have that sticker to be able to drive a vehicle in here. Then the registration here, I think it was $95 for 2 years, something like that. And we had to get a safety inspection done on our car. They check your lights, your brakes, your exhaust and stuff. When we got the German license plates. And in Germany, you have a license plate that has the first 1 to 3 letters are going to indicate the place where your vehicle is registered. In Wiesbaden, it'll have a WI, like Wisconsin. It'll have WI, and then you will have the seal after that, and then you will have 2 letters and then 3 digits of numbers as your license plate. So WI and then the little seal, and then you'll have, JR 419 or whatever your license number is after that. All vehicles in the EU, as far as I know, have to have front and rear license plates. And the country will be indicated. There's a little blue vertical strip to the left of your tag, and it'll have a D in it in gold, which means Deutschland, Germany. France will be F. I guess Belgium is B. Netherlands is NL, and so on and so forth. So the license plates are different. They're not as tall as our license plate, but they're wider. So if you have a vehicle where the plate doesn't fit right, they will make a special tag for a lot of American vehicles, pickup trucks especially. They will make a German license plate in the American shape. So basically, and when we get fuel, if we get fuel on base, it costs about $4.20 a gallon. We get a discount. We don't pay as much tax if we buy the fuel on base or at an Esso station with our special debit card. We get a discounted rate. But if you buy it on the economy, it's about $7 a gallon. But honestly, though, we don't drive much here. My wife can walk to work. She's maybe a mile from work, if that. And downtown is only a 10-minute walk. So the only time we'll use the car if we go to Globus or if we have to go to the military base for anything. That's too far to walk. But other than that, the days of, like in the States where I had to drive 30 miles to work, they don't do that anymore. That's not here. But anyway, that's my Monday morning information video for today from this retired guy living in Germany. Anyway, guten Tag.